The ocean has always moved in harmony with the world above it. The moon pulls the tides. The earth spins with steady rhythm. Gravity quietly holds every current, every wave, and every drop in balance. But imagine, for a moment, if that balance began to change. The sea would not stay calm. Then the smallest shift in gravity could disturb the oceans in ways humanity has never seen before. Tides would become unpredictable. Coastal cities could face stronger flooding, while some shorelines might suddenly retreat. Entire marine ecosystems would struggle to survive, because ocean life depends on stability. Coral reefs, fish migrations, and deep-sea currents all follow invisible natural forces that have existed for millions of years. The ocean is more sensitive than people realize. A change in gravity would not only move water, it would change temperature patterns, weather systems, and the circulation that distributes life across the planet. Storms could grow stronger. Certain regions could face drought while others drown in endless rain. And beyond the physical destruction, there is another danger: confusion within nature itself. Birds navigate using Earth's forces. Sea turtles return to the same beaches because of natural planetary patterns. Whales travel thousands of miles guided by instincts connected to Earth's balance. If gravity changes, many creatures may lose the ancient guidance they have trusted for generations. Human beings often believe technology can solve everything. Yet the ocean reminds us that nature follows laws far older and more powerful than human ambition. When balance is disturbed, consequences spread quietly at first, then suddenly all at once. The sea teaches an important truth: stability is life, balance is survival. When the forces holding the world together begin to shift, even the strongest civilizations become fragile. So the question is not only what happens if gravity changes. The real question is whether humanity understands how deeply connected everything truly is. Gravity controls ocean balance. The oceans depend on Earth's gravitational stability to maintain tides, currents, and natural water movement. Most people look at the ocean and only see waves, storms, or endless water stretching beyond the horizon. What they do not see is the invisible force quietly controlling every movement beneath the surface. Gravity is one of the greatest hidden powers shaping the oceans. It pulls the tides, guides the rise and fall of sea levels, and helps maintain the rhythm that marine life has depended on for millions of years. Without stable gravity, the oceans would lose their natural order. Every coastline on Earth is connected to this balance. Fishermen, sailors, sea animals, and entire coastal cities live according to patterns created by gravitational forces. The moon's pull creates tides that arrive with remarkable precision, almost like the heartbeat of the planet. Ocean currents travel across the globe, carrying warmth, nutrients, and life from one region to another. Gravity helps keep these systems stable and predictable. If gravity were to change, even slightly, the ocean could become chaotic. Tides might rise too high or disappear entirely in certain places. Powerful currents could weaken or shift direction. The delicate balance supporting marine ecosystems would begin to collapse. The ocean survives because gravity keeps it in harmony, and without that balance, the world itself would feel unstable. Changing gravity could create global disasters. Even small gravitational shifts could trigger massive floods, stronger storms, unpredictable tides, and climate disruption. The ocean may appear calm on some days, but it holds enormous power beneath its surface. If gravity were to change, that power could become dangerous in ways humanity is not prepared for. Even a small disturbance in Earth's gravitational balance could affect the movement of tides and currents across the entire planet. Coastal regions that once felt safe could suddenly experience extreme flooding, while other areas might face unusual drops in sea level. The predictable rhythm people have trusted for centuries would begin to disappear. Storm systems could also become more violent. Oceans control much of Earth's climate, and when ocean patterns change, weather patterns follow. Hurricanes may grow stronger because warmer water could spread into new regions. Heavy rainfall might destroy some countries, while long droughts affect others. Entire populations could be forced to leave their homes because of rising waters and unstable climates. Shipping routes, fishing industries, and coastal economies would suffer as ocean conditions became unpredictable. Ports that once thrived could become unsafe. Islands could slowly vanish beneath rising tides. The destruction would not happen in a single moment, but through continuous imbalance spreading across the world. Nature survives through stability, and once that stability is disturbed, disasters no longer remain isolated. They begin to affect every part of human life. Marine life depends on natural stability. Fish, coral reefs, whales, and sea turtles rely on consistent planetary forces for survival and migration. Life in the ocean depends on patterns that have remained stable for countless generations. Fish migrate according to seasonal currents, coral reefs grow within carefully balanced temperatures, and massive whales travel thousands of miles using instincts connected to Earth's natural forces. Gravity quietly supports these systems by maintaining the movement of tides and the flow of ocean currents. When that balance remains steady, marine life can survive and reproduce in harmony with its environment. If gravity were to change, many of these natural patterns could break apart. Ocean temperatures might shift unexpectedly, forcing fish populations to move into unfamiliar regions. Some species may fail to adapt quickly enough and begin disappearing altogether. Coral reefs, already sensitive to environmental changes, could suffer even greater damage as water conditions become unstable. Creatures that depend on tides for feeding and breeding could lose the timing they have followed for millions of years. Sea turtles may struggle to return to their nesting beaches. Birds that travel across oceans could become disoriented. Whales that rely on deep underwater pathways might lose their sense of direction. The ocean is not simply water filled with creatures. It is a carefully connected system where every living thing depends on balance. When one force within nature changes, the effects spread far beyond a single species. Entire ecosystems begin to weaken together. Nature's systems are deeply connected. A disturbance in gravity would not only affect oceans, but also weather patterns, ecosystems, and life on Earth. Everything in nature is connected through delicate systems that work together in silence. The ocean does not exist separately from the sky, the climate, or the life on land. A single change in gravity could send effects through every part of the planet, because Earth functions as one interconnected system. Ocean currents regulate temperatures across continents. Clouds form from evaporated seawater, and rainfall patterns depend heavily on the movement of the seas. When the balance of the oceans changes, the balance of the world changes with it. If gravity became unstable, ocean circulation could shift in unpredictable ways. Warm water that normally travels across the globe might slow down or move elsewhere, altering climates in entire regions. Some countries could become unbearably hot while others suddenly freeze. Agricultural systems would struggle because rainfall seasons might no longer follow familiar patterns. Rivers, forests, and wildlife would all feel the consequences of disturbed oceans. Human societies are deeply tied to these natural systems, even if many people rarely think about it. Food supplies, transportation, weather stability, and economic security all depend on the predictable behavior of the planet. A disruption in one area quickly spreads into another. The ocean teaches the importance of balance. The speech emphasizes that stability in nature is essential, and disrupting Earth's balance could threaten humanity itself. The ocean reveals an important truth about life. Balance is the foundation of survival. Every wave, tide, and current follows natural laws that have remained steady for millions of years. Humanity often focuses on power, progress, and control. Yet the sea reminds us that even the strongest civilizations depend on fragile natural systems. Gravity is one of those invisible forces quietly holding the planet together. Without balance, the stability people take for granted could disappear very quickly. The ocean does not resist nature's laws. It moves with them. When balance exists, life flourishes. Marine ecosystems thrive, climates remain relatively stable, and human societies build cities, industries, and communities along coastlines. But if the forces supporting that balance begin to shift, the consequences spread everywhere. Rising tides, violent storms, collapsing ecosystems, and unstable weather would become reminders that humanity is not separate from nature, but deeply connected to it. There is also a deeper lesson within this idea. Small changes can create enormous consequences over time. A slight disturbance in gravity could slowly transform the entire planet. In the same way, imbalance in any system, whether environmental, social, or personal, eventually creates instability. The ocean teaches patience, harmony, and respect for the forces that sustain life. When balance is protected, the world remains strong. When balance is ignored, even powerful civilizations become vulnerable.